It's been my experience that once young people sample the delights of country life and the wonders of nature, they just can't get enough of it.
That's what the Carry-Ons were about in a certain way. They are about English repression. They're about a very specific part of Englishness. And it's that bit which ain't Norwegian and isn't Spanish. It's purely English.
Now really, let's see those chests come out. And fling and in. And fling and in. And fling and... Oh, matron, take them away.
If you said to him, you know, oh, Kenneth, all this, it's a bit smutty, this stuff, these carry-ons, all that gag you're telling. And he'd then say to you, Twelfth Night, these be her great C's, her U's and her T's.
And thus maketh she her great P, has only one connotation, and it's a very rude one. And if you don't understand it, they've made sure in the Temple edition by saying at the end, the actor can have this explained to him by any common sailor. I didn't need any common sailors to tell me.
You may not realize it, but I was once a weak man.
Once a week's enough for any man.
It's fairly easy to get it up. It's getting it to stay up. That's what counts.
Young chickens may be soft and tender, but the older birds have more on them.
True. It'll take a lot more stuffing.
The most interesting thing about Kenneth Williams and the Carry-On films was when they tried to give him more money, and he turned it down. He said, I won't take a penny more for doing this sort of rubbish.
He was appalled at the scripts. He was appalled at what he was being asked to do. He was appalled at his performances most of the time. And yet, I thought the great thing about him was that you never saw it. You never saw there was any hint in his performances that he was, you know, disgusted with what he was doing or disgusted with the script. He gave everything.
Exactly.
He couldn't resist the family feeling of just being on that set with those people, among whom were so many friends. It was an alternative family to him, a better one, really, for him than the one he'd actually come from. And there were so many close friends. And he, you know, he enjoyed the affectionate side of the women in the cast.
You're a comely wench. There's nothing to stop me forcing my attentions on you.
Oh, promises.
Oh, get off! She's incorrigible.
And the men were very congenial, except the ones he didn't like.
I shall name. No name.
I made a lady scream.
Very interesting. How?
I said good morning. Should that have frightened her? Well, come on, you look as if ladies often scream at you.
Flatterer. You must have an electric sex appeal.
I have not.
There's another explanation.
What's that?
No, I can't say.
Come on, tell me.
No.
Why?
You'll be cross.
I will not be cross.
You promise?
Of course I promise. Scats on her now. Come on, tell me. Why did she scream when I only looked at her?
That's it.
What's it?
Your face.
My what?
Kenneth, for some reason, didn't like Sid at all.
Disgusting.
I suspect he was a little homophobic. I don't think he liked that sort of goings-on. I don't think he liked Kenneth's forthright entertainment value.
Come on, whiskey.
Certainly not. We are fully temperance.
I don't care if you're full of flatulence. I've been on the trail 6 days, non-stop.
I can't help that.
I don't like people who get in my way.
I can't help that.
And I just shot 3 men who did.
Oh, well, in that case, perhaps just a little one.
He was quite crafty. In a sort of rather Machiavellian way, actually.
I'm not a fool, you know.
And he clawed his way to the top of every scene. If you take Carry-On films and every scene he's in, you'll work out that the camera basically is on him. He's the guy in charge.
Do I look like a man who sells funny postcards?
Not a bit. Actually, you look more like the chappie on the funny postcards.
I hardly think that's possible.
No matter how bad the scripts were, and he did complain about them severally and send quite a few of them back at first, he only had to do those jokes, those terrible jokes, once. Preferably only one take, too.
Infamy! Infamy! They've all got it in for me!
I felt very underused. I certainly got the feelings from reading the diaries that, you know, every time he was asked to do a Carry-On film, something in him died. And you can feel that pain.
Am I all right? Of course I'm all right. All right? Yes. Why shouldn't I be all right? Oh, this is awful. I wish I was dead.
But Orlando, you are dead.
What? Oh, yes, I am. What a life.